Good morning, John Glenn. Today is Thursday, November 10th, 2022. I'm Aubrey,
And I'm Nathan.
and this is the view from the Falcon's Nest.
This week is Indiana Winter Weather Preparedness Week. The outlook for winter indicates an increased potential for above normal precipitation. With no clear signal on temperatures, every winter carries the threat for a blizzard, major ice storm, extreme cold, extreme flooding, and even tornadoes. Thus, it is important to always be prepared. The Indiana Department of Homeland Security and the Red Cross stress having your disaster plans and emergency preparedness kits ready as your best way to stay safe from winter weather. Your primary concerns are loss of heat, power, or a lack of supplies. At home or work, have at least a 3 days supply of food that requires no refrigeration or cooking in case of power failure. Have an emergency water supply in case water pipes freeze. Have extra batteries available for flashlights, radios, smoke alarms, and cell phones. Have adequate medicine, first aid, and other supplies you may need in case you cannot leave home for a few days. Have an alternate heating source like a fireplace, wood stove, space heater, or warm blankets available in case your primary heating source fails. Have a professional check all heating sources for correct operation and ventilation and follow all manufacturers' operating instructions. If your home requires heating, fuel, or propane, ensure you have plenty of fuel in case your supplier cannot reach you during or after a winter storm. Make sure your fire extinguishers and smoke alarms are working properly. On the farm, move your animals to sheltered areas, ensuring they have ample food and a water source that will not freeze. Most animal deaths in winter are from dehydration. In vehicles, items to carry should include blankets or extra clothing for warmth, a first aid kit, flashlight, and booster cables, a shovel and non-clumping cat litter, saying to create tire traction if your vehicle gets stuck, bottled water and protein bars for nourishment. You may wish to carry paper products for sanitary purposes, waterproof matches, a metal can, and candle for heat and light.
The John Glenn Theater Company will be presenting Little Women November 18th, 19th, and 20th. This classical story about the March family and their lives during the Civil War, Little Women features some of the finest stage talent that John Glenn has to offer. Come out and enjoy an evening of fine performances. Tickets may be purchased from Mrs. Forsman in the guidance office.
Carmel, Jasper, Edgewood, and Evansville Mater Dei were crowned winners of the 4 classes last weekend in the state marching band contest. Among the northern Indiana schools competing this year were Goshen in Class A, Concord and Munster in Class B, and Northwood and Angola in Class C. Glenn finished 9th in its class last year.
Purdue Northwest will be coming to John Glenn High School for an on-site admissions day on Monday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Seniors can sign up now in the guidance office to meet with an admissions counselor and get an immediate admissions decision. Application fees are waived on that day, and students may be eligible for a merit scholarship award.
If you have received an email about library overdue fines, you are in luck. You can pay up to $1 in fines by bringing in any one item for the food drive. Bring your food item to the media center to pay your fine, and we will then deliver it to your SRT so it can count there also.
Orders are now being accepted for the 2023 John Glenn Yearbook, The Friendship. The cost of the yearbook is $46. Anyone who purchased a yearbook last year can qualify for a $3 discount. Families with more than one student will pay $40 per yearbook. Stop by Mr. Kitchell's room for a yearbook form or email him for an electronic form.
Members of the John Glenn bowling team are raising money. For $5, you can support the team. You'll also have a chance to win the choice of a bowling ball or a $175 gift card. Contact a member of our Falcons bowlers.
And now to weather with Tristan.
John Glenn, and today for the weather, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 73 and a real feel of 71. Winds will be coming in from the south at 13 miles per hour. Now for the weekly forecast, on Friday, it's going to be a high of 52, partly cloudy with a low of 28. On Saturday, it's going to be a high of 38, snowy with a low of 26. And on Sunday, it's going to be a high of 37, snowy again with a low of 21. And now to the main desk with sports.
Today is National Letter of Intent Signing Day. Several athletes from fellow Northern Indiana Conference schools have signed letters of intent. Among them is Marcus Burton of Penn. He inked a letter to play college basketball at Notre Dame, South Bend. Washington's Rashunda Jones signed her letter of intent to play at Purdue. Amayala Reynolds signed her letter to join her sister at the University of Maryland. Athletic Director Eric Steffen has announced a change in the start time for the Saturday, November 25th girls basketball games against the Lady Satellites of South Central. The JV start will be at 1 p.m. with varsity tipping off at 2:30 p.m. The Indiana coaches of girls sports basketball pool is out, and it has some familiar names on it. In Class 3A, which includes Glenn, Mishawaka Marion is number 1, followed in order by Benton Central, Jay County, Nortwell, Twin Lakes, Hamilton Heights, Indian Creek, Corydon, Belmont, and Gibson Southern. South Bend, Washington, which was elevated to 4A this year after winning the state title in 3A, is number 1 in 4A. Northern Indiana schools that are rated include Lake Central, 10th, Crown Point, 13th, and Northridge, 20th. Now to lunch with Tristan.
Today for lunch we're going to have orange chicken, a hot and spicy chicken patty, a PB&J chef salad, variety of fresh fruits and veggies, and a blueberry muffin. That's all we have for today, Falcons, and have an amazing day.